Heyo everybody, Haku here with my live reaction or read through for My Hero Academia chapters 400 onward. I've been recording for like 2 hours or something, so sorry if my voice is already a little shot, but I am very excited to read. We are getting into some finale stuff, some conclusive stuff with Benjamin Button All for One and All Might. And All Might may or may not die here. If he does, it's shocking to me that I was not spoiled on it, but we are only 20 chapters behind as of recording this, so I am excited to see how things go. Let's start off with chapter 400 this week and see what we get. And of course, this time I got to switch out the volume cover. We're at volume 40 now. Is that you, Hagakure? Number 400, Beyond Limits. And then he sees her. Oh, look away! No, being invisible is like my whole identity, she runs off. Forgive me, but I didn't react as I myself was on the verge of death. Using my quirk has never caused this before, she thinks. Or wait, maybe it did? Facing down Doom must have made him go past his usual capacity, and that made my invisibility quirk bug out. Aoyama? Your quirk went and evolved. Man, Aoyama's really cool. It's so shocking. I have an Aoyama figure up there, actually. It's so shocking and cool to me how he changed as a character so much and became so, like, cool to me. I like him a lot. But, forget about that. We must burn away these plants to save our allies. Fat mentioned that they would continue to grow even with their master defeated. The will behind them may be gone, but they do not vanish. Hagakure, you can adjust the strength of my light to burn the roots that dig into their flesh. Yeah, is your tummy up for it? This day will be my last day as a student of UA, so yes, whatever it may take. And, sorry, let me just skim through that really quick. Okay. Alright. Okay, so they can still save the heroes, I think. Engine's overheating, battery failure. I mean, no need to say I think. That's generally what they just said. They're going to still save the heroes. Let up even a bit and he'll drag himself away. And the beam is still firing down at them. I've taken a cue from Star's last stand, although turning a laser into solid matter for continuous oomph isn't a trick in my repertoire. And we still see his hand raising up. So, sound wave vibration, earphone jack. I'll have to blast him with all I've got to keep him square in the strike zone. I purged the tentacle parts and zipped away with full power thrusters just as the beam was coming down. Okay, that's how he got away. And coating my armor with Invisible Girl, a special optic resin, helped shield me from the laser's heat a bit. Engineering this trap meant taking that one hit, a hit I guarded with Tailman, though my legs still paid the price. You wanted to see my face, so you didn't aim for my head, you moron. I got off easy here. Actually, that's a smart way to write that. The reason All Might didn't just straight up get killed is because of the sort of mental breakdown that All for One's going through right now, so he didn't aim for the head. And we see, whoa, these tentacles jutting out, but this time they have eyes on them. Morphing armor, Creati. I couldn't load myself up with more power than this. Binding rounds, grape juice. So just fade away already. While my euphoria still overriding the pain. What a cool panel that is. We have cameras watching on. Who's the skinny guy in black? I don't know much about all them heroes. What happens if he wins, or if he loses? That's all going off. That's all going on in some far-off land. Whoever wins doesn't have much to do with us. Oh. Huh. And he holds his hands together. Man, that's a really good scene. I got chills from that scene. That's really good. And then it looks like the laser fails. It finally breaks apart. As I said, tools can't surpass their own limits. His whole body's glowing. A wee lad now? Are you forgetting to smile, dear friend? His whole body's glowing. Are we gonna get some crazy... No, never mind. I was gonna say, are we gonna get some crazy All for One was the original glowing child stuff? But probably not, because I thought the glowing child was a descendant of Compress, or like an ancestor of... No. Compress or Redestro? Ancestor of Redestro, I think it was. His whole body's glowing. A wee lad now? Are you forgetting to smile, dear friend? And then something shocks him. I can't move. Who are you? Really? Bleed red. Oh my god! The hype! And then we have the smile coming back. We have the tongue licking the blood. Now conquer him. All Might. So Stain, again, we've been seeing him, and he finally comes in. We have All Might smiling, and again, for Stain, it was always All Might. Okay, incredible. Incredible stuff. That was only one chapter as well? Oh man, that's nuts. Okay, let's go. Let's read more. 401, let's see what we got. My body won't move. And he almost looks like he's nearly a kid at this point. And we have him flying in on the freaking, what is it, the Green Goblin glider? Number 401, the Lunatic. I surmised the state of affairs from what the Burned One and Ingenium were saying. Then I only had to follow the path of destruction and collect a bloodstain sheltered from the rain and wind. But was it all for one's blood, or All Might's? Even mutilated, my nose is more than capable of identifying blood by scent. No, not this. It told me all I needed to know. Ah, All Might. Surely you understand, yes? Why I would dare to leave the shadows and expose myself? A hero can only claim that title as long as his soul burns fiercely in service of others. Say a god's fallen prostrate upon the earth, and his divine soul is turned feeble and mortal. Certainly he has the right to cling desperately to life. Yes, I get it, Stain, All Might thinks as he's smiling. Then come for the life of Stain, the man who murdered 40 heroes. I am here because you must live. And we have the blood spurting out from his body. Forcible quirk activation. Bloodlet. Jeez, and he just explodes himself into blood. He expelled his own blood. Akaguro. I had a feeling you'd make some move of your own, so I was sure to hold this helpful quirk in reserve. So he had a specific anti-stain quirk prepared. Ever since that day at Tartarus, when you were the only one to spurn my takeover and flee on your own terms. Blood is blood, even outside the bod. Fool. And he gets grabbed by a mouth. Antigen swap. Man, this panel's insane. Of course I can overwrite my own blood type. One of the secrets of my long rule was never leaving a trace of myself behind. And he clamps down onto him. And draining my own blood has put some pep back in my step. Stain. And it looks like he's getting yeeted towards All Might. Or no, he throws him away, I guess. It looked like he was going to throw him at him. Stain? And he's been thrown through multiple buildings. Or really, it looks like he's still like right beside them. Okay, no. Okay, I see what it is. He winds up and then launches himself with Stain and then slams him into the building. I'll be taking your blood curdle now. Man, that would be horrible for him to get, actually, and All Might charges to follow them. Thinking back, you made valuable contributions to the growth of the League and by extension Tamora, but I'm afraid your role ended there, killer. And then we have AFO. Didn't end. All part of the process, Demon Lord. I never benefited from higher education. It was you who taught me what a hero is. Live on in triumph. My everything. My all. And then we have him crushed, seemingly, by All For One. And then he goes towards All Might. But he gets protected. Hercules, you weren't totally scrapped. One final shield. You must live on. And then I love how the panel itself gets cut off by the blast. Toshinori, you can do it. Toshinori, this tale's still being written. You can do this, Toshinori. Master? No, I'm hallucinating. This is just me giving myself a pep talk. Your support items, your legs, all you've been given, all rendered useless. You can fight no longer, and we have Night Eye. However, and he pulls himself up, you are not dead yet. Do your worst. And we see him noticing now Yue crashing to Earth. All For One is nearing Tomura Shigaraki. He's within range to use his gloop warp. This is, again, we're hitting some of the best chapters in the series. This was insanely hype. Immaculately hype. I just cannot believe some of the stuff we're seeing here. Okay, that was so good. I gotta keep reading. I gotta go to 402. I guess Stain might actually be dead. Again, until we know, we don't know. But man, Stain's such a great character. All Might is crazy here. All For One is going nuts as a villain. I'm really excited to see where it goes. Let's go to 402. Alright, starting chapter 402. Dabi's been neutralized. We can now confirm the refugee's safety. Okay, we're getting some recap on this. Shoto's mission was a success. And then, Toga stopped doubling. The clones are disappearing. And we see Uraraka down. And then, we have Yue crashing down. All the Twices vanishing. Number 402, The Tearful Days. We have Momo. The Twices are vanishing. She has a bunch of weapons coming out of her body. The excess weight's gone. The school can remain airborne. Okay, so they can kick the school back up into the air. We have May. Then at that moment, All For One's nearing Tomura Shigaraki. He's within range to use his gloop warp. And we actually haven't seen Izuku and Shigaraki in forever. Shigaraki's foot looks really weird in that panel. Since descending from Yue, Midori has managed to dodge Shigaraki's point-blank attacks, thereby maintaining the stalemate, the gloop warp. The moment I injected myself with the rewind shot, this exact spot became my destination. By granting Tomura the duplicate copy of my quirk, he'll become a version of me that surpasses even myself. That all you got, All For One? Not yet. Need to stay glued to him. Here's how I'll smoothly perform the transfer, without the risk of any meddling by Midoriya and One For All. Come now, Tomura Shigaraki, my other self. And the gloop warp starts to activate. Master? And he shuts it off. Don't butt in. I love All For One's face. Alas, my other consciousness must have been swallowed up. Well, no matter. He smiles and looks back to All Might. I'll have to do the legwork myself. Hey, look, we have the business course. And they see All For One gleefully carrying over All Might. Yes, keep that pathetic look on your face, and take responsibility for the dreams you filled the youngsters' silly heads with. Better go save All Might, Izuku Midoriya. This is perfect. Actually, don't go on, we're going to Shigaraki now. Better go save All Might, Izuku Midoriya. This is perfect, actually. Go on, I don't mind. In the meantime, I'll head back to those jerks who hurt me over and over, and break every last one of them. And Izuku can see now. I'll use this very hand to shape my own fate. I'll be there, changing fate by your side. I thought I'd put my tearful days behind me, but now I'm fighting to hold back my tears once again. But you gotta quit being a crybaby to be the best apprentice I can be. The One For All vestige within Izuku Midoriya signaled its departure slightly in advance. He screams out for All Might. Can someone without a quirk become a hero like you? You can. Because you're someone who gives his all every time. I'm about to be joining the Tearful Days. I'm about to be a crybaby Midoriya. someone who could never let his dream die. I also can't abandon my dream. My dream, to be the symbol of peace, and he clings on to him. Take care of him for me, Sorahiko. Help him see his dream fulfilled. And then we have the flashback to Gran Torino taking All Might away. Master, why am I suddenly recalling Nana Shimura's final moments? Why now? That fool of a woman put her stupid ideals first, without the power to back them up, and then she died such a pathetic death. All for one, you will fall to All Might without a doubt, because this madman, he's willing to. Toshinori's even more unhinged than you are. After this death, maybe you'll turn into a little kindergartner again. And we have this shot, maybe a flash, to be continued. Okay, we need to see what happens next. That made me really emotional. We are really, truly... I've read this series on the channel from chapter 1 until now. We are really, truly getting endgame, true finale material. Okay, let's go on to 403. And chapter 403 actually starts with a color spread. Hold up here. We got Shimura, All Might, and Izuku. Okay, that's cool. Why was I made? What am I here to do? And we have All Might reading Anpanman. Thinking back, mine was a path that anyone might have trod. My early... Oh man, we're gonna get an All Might backstory. My early memories are almost too tender and mild to be called a proper origin. As for what I've done, I just happened to glance back at my path, and what I saw seemed so very significant. The end of an era, and this is the volume title, which is why. How very hero-like of you. And he starts to get him with the bone spears. You hope to choose how you leave this world. He crushed the machinery he was wearing. But no, because finally, that's every last trick in your book. Blood Curdle. A cornered hero is terrifying indeed, and he does freeze up. A lesson courtesy of you. No, you won't be achieving anything here. There. That's the face I've been waiting for. He grins so hard he starts tearing his own face. You, at your lowest. We see Tsukauchi watching on. Gentle, Labrava yells out. Yes, I see. Yue is stable now, so I must be off. Okay, Gentle's gonna come in. Yikes, don't stop recording. And then, Yue Oh, actually, no, it looks like maybe an attack to Yue causes it to shudder in order to keep Gentle occupied. Yue distracted me and threw off my aim. No matter. Be crushed under your own righteousness. Tobita. Okay, so he was trying to hit Gentle himself, but he hit Yue instead. Be crushed under your own righteousness, Tobita. Aim all lasers. Prepare to fire. But we'll hit All Might too. Star looked up to him like no other, and we have Star's forces. And we see Akbar watching on. The X-66 jets that helped Star beat down Tomura. Fire, and they all get sliced. However, Star is no longer with us. And then Akbar falling, seemingly to despair at the failure. And now we have, again, Izuku and Tsukauchi watching on. Well, crap. Somebody looking at their phone. Huh? Yeah, it's all over. All Might's totally about to bite the dust. People all over the world. No way, that can't be. All Might, really? He saved me once. We have this old man. No matter how it goes down, his death. Uncle Might. Toshinori. Aw, man, and Gran Torino's just bawling. Marks the end of an era. No. No. And then he gets lifted up. And it's very interesting, the homages paid to Anpanman in the beginning, but then I feel like the homage to Joker, kind of one of Batman's greatest villains, with Batman being one of the most iconic heroes, with him smiling so hard the edges of his mouth ripped open, and then this scene of him lifting him up, I feel like is similar to the sort of iconic Batman having his back broken. That sounds kind of weird. That scene with him lifting him up here. Someone, anyone, and then a light shines from on top of UA number 403, and it's Bakugo, the end of an era, and Izuku looks up. Man, and we have the light on the path, the All Might card, and then Izuku and Bakugo picking it up. The beginning. Man, I am tearing up. Wow. Again, this is stuff from chapter 1 and 2 finally just being paid off. This is like the conclusive stuff for our main characters. And they lock eyes at the end. Another just downright beautiful chapter. Man. Okay, while I'm riding the high of these emotions, let's go to chapter 404. Okay, to start 404, we're having a Night Eye flashback. Continue down this path, and you'll encounter a villain. What awaits you then is an unspeakably gruesome death. Number 404, we love you, All Might. The wind was blowing. Maybe I'll bake a pie today. Forget that far-off danger. Focus on today's deadline, people. The atmospheric current is odd, and we're seeing all these people from around the world. Just an entire world-level event. And then we've got Bakugo on top of UA. Meryl, that little stunt, or that little on-air stunt of yours is already all over the internet. It may ride east on the jet stream and affect the weather in North America. Martin, food's on the table. All Might, don't die on us. And again, just a random guy somewhere in the world. And then Shigaraki notices as Bakugo dives down. He grabs on to Izuku. Boy. And I guess is Izuku going to fling him then? There's no escaping the blowback if you activate gear shift again. It must be after you've found the assured path to victory. He looks down. And then the seconds. Gear shift. And he launches Bakugo. Jeez, you won't make it in time. But you know that, don't ya? Says Shigaraki. The All Might within you always used to show up all faint and fuzzy, 'cause he was still alive, yeah? Now he's looking more solid, really taking form. You know what that means. The man showed the world a dream, and with his death, the dream is over. Back to harsh reality. Bakugo is flying in. It's someone's clenched fist, someone's deep exhalation. I wanted to prevent the future in which you get killed. I searched for a way to change things. It's a sort of energy. I believe that now. Energy from striving for a certain future. Energy from wishing. Can the flap of a butterfly's wings in Brazil bring about a hurricane in Texas? And all those people are looking on. Someone's prayers. You got way stronger. You got All Might to recognize you. So why was it me who put an end to All Might? And then Bakugo tears the arms off of Benjamin Button all for one. Bakugo Shonen. Time to win this. Incredible. Another incredible chapter. Didn't hit me as hard emotionally as the last one, but another gorgeous one. I really want to keep reading, so I'm going to keep going. I'm going to go to 405. Okay, chapter 405. Hopefully we can find a more conclusive spot to end for the week. But we have all these reactions here. Alright. So this isn't when it was supposed to happen, Night Eye? No, it was, All Might. This was where your dream died. Number 405, the final boss. Fate was reshaped, you see. What's true is that the dream did end here. And your promise is intact. But everyone knows the old masters meant to die after passing on the torch. You've read too many comic books, Toshinori Yagi. This is what I'm making my own hallucination say, he thinks. You're a hero, but you're also human. You can't possibly die so readily. What? A blasting quirk? And all the people are reacting around the world. Isn't that him? The one the League kidnapped. What was his name again? They tied him up at the sports festival? Bakugo. And the kids from the movie, I think, are excited. Bakugo, Shonen, are you okay? That's my line, you banged up bag of bones. And he starts bleeding from the mouth. I believe it's my line as well. Oh? And then, Headshot. I didn't think he'd still have any consciousness. I forced you to expel the pooled blood within. That should grant you some relief. When your marred organs and broken bones, I used my own body to mend them with bowline knots courtesy of the hidden Hakamata style. Those repairs will not come unraveled. Yet, every breath you take will inflict hellish agony. Your body demands not action, but rest. Yeah, got it. Thanks for bringing me back, senpai. I only held you together. Despite my success in forcibly restarting his heart and lungs, the spark of life would not return. My Nimpo 1,000-sheet piece zenith is a transformation that eats away at my very life force. At a point beyond my limits, I was forced to weigh my own life against Bakugo's. I saw it rushing through his bloodstream. None other than something produced by Bakugo's body moments before his death. A tiny bead of sweat. I only held you together. What brought you back was the power you've honed. So was his own explosions. Restarting his heart. Anyway, I assumed you'd be tangling with All for One, but who's the glowing runt I'm about to destroy? Right the first time, kid. That is All for One. Your arm, please. I'm paralyzed by blood curdle. This won't do its original job anymore, but it can still serve as a brace. Great explosion murder god. Dynamite. And he transfers the last of his machinery to Bakugo. I wish I could give you more. And he smiles. And we have just the absolute pissed All for One. That requires an uncompromised hijacking of Tomura's all-too-powerful will. Or no. Sorry, I skipped one. It was a weird... no, that can wait. After coming this far, One for All and my brother will be mine. That requires an uncompromising hijack of Tomura's all-too-powerful will. I'll have to grant him my quirk and me with it. If only the me within him already could have wrested away the reins. Oh, how it boils the blood. How can it be? And he thinks of the heroes. That the gears have gone so awry. And at the end we're seeing these. Man, all the heroes here. I'm the final boss, All for One. The wind was meant to blow my way. And we have the explosion like what he used against Izuku. One for All couldn't keep you in the ground, but we'll finish the job and then some. Okay. We'll have to see where this goes. I will do one more. I'll leave it at one more. Let's go to 406. 406, last one for today, and it looks like we might start off with a little recap, which is probably helpful. The riot at Central Hospital's been suppressed, currently transporting captives and providing triage for the wounded. We see Shoji and Koda, and then Okto Island's under control, and we see Sirius and Gang Orca. The initial location of the Divide and Conquer mission is secured. The injured are being tended to. We have Aoyama and Hagakure. The battle at National Takoba Arena is ongoing. And this is interesting. There's somebody with an umbrella. And we have Ryukyu and Tailman. Why am I forgetting his name? Why am I blanking on his name? I never forget names. Oh god, it's something with an H? Wow, I don't know why I'm blanking on his name. Sorry about that. Ojiro? Is it Ojiro? Something with an H, maybe? But we haven't seen him do anything yet for the finale, so maybe we still need to get his big moment, because he's one of the few of 1A that hasn't. Mr. Skeptic's been captured, transporting him now, and we've got Miss Joke and Hound Dog and Shindo Yo. The escape to Shiketsu via the evac system's complete. Heroes are mobilizing to safeguard the refugees from the stalled block, and that's Kamikiri, I think his name, and Kurohiro. The Jaku Hospital ruins site is under control. The whereabouts of Kurogiri, Eraserhead, and Present Mike are unknown. And then we're seeing Nagant, and then a flashback to Rocklock. This full mobilization on our part hinges on our faith in Izuku Midoriya. And we have this massive explosion. What speed? When facing death, just for a moment, that boy's moves had even Shigaraki flustered. He seems to be on the verge of grasping something essential. Gotta make use of this side effect. More. Again. More. Enough of this. You come later. And then we cut over to Izuku versus Shigaraki. See that? I'll destroy your hold on me again and again. I'm keeping my distance while the fourth danger sense is somehow keeping me alive. But how to deal with a superpowered body that can regenerate and inflict instant death? I haven't come up with an answer yet. The next time I use Second's gear shift will be my last. Doesn't matter how long it's active even. As soon as it ends, the blowback will leave me immobilized. So, this final activation had better count. It ends here. Go. Beyond. Still at it, you filler character. Beyond, like zipping past me. Endeavor and Dark Shadow packed more of a punch than he does. Yes, he can wait. He can hardly measure up to All Might. He's not worth advancing my rewound state. He's pointless. Our fates are not intertwined. A mere pebble in my path. He's nothing. I've figured it out. It's the pain. The pain is the beads of sweat stored up on my palms, shoot through my whole body. The pain as they explode. The locations, the intervals. The pain gives me a handle on the timing of those backup blasts. And he's launching himself. What now? Ouch. Fast. Too fast. Can't stop. What's wrong with him? So, Izuku, can I still catch up to you? For some reason I feel like I could overtake you now. And he manages to catch up and prepares to fire a blast. Honey, look, it's Katsuki. No, I can't bear to watch, given who he's up against. You have to watch. 'Cause, oh man, I just know that our boy, I just know that boy of ours is grinning the way he always does. What is it about this insignificant pebble that vexes me even more than All Might does? And then we have a flashback to, I believe, the second? Of course, the resemblance. Yoichi, he's gone, Demon Lord. You killed him. The hatred I harbor brings back the memory so vividly. Right, it's him. It's always him. If only he hadn't reached out like that. And we still don't know what happened with the first and second users. The one I loathe above all others. Because again, him reaching out probably saved, like, Shoichi from falling to despair, or potentially even falling to what All for One wanted. He crashes into a building. His mouth is tearing open more. You're to blame for it all, Kuro. That's Kachan, Bakugo, he calls himself Kachan here. Finally gone senile, Bob? That's Bakugo Kachan to you, you grade A moron. Okay, I've got to end here, because it's been a long time. It's been a long read-through. Got to end here, but boy did I love this read-through. These were some crazy chapters. We are truly getting into the end game. There are a few things we've been hinted at not finishing off, like whatever's going on with Tailman. He is one of the only Class 1A people to have not gotten his big moment yet. Pretty much everybody else in the class has gotten a big moment. And beyond that, I guess it's really just the Kurogiri stuff. I think we'll get more Bakugo and Izuku fighting their battles here. We'll probably even get the defeat of Benjamin Button all for one so that only Shigaraki is left. And then I think we'll probably get the finale for some other side stuff maybe, but the big finale being the Kurogiri stuff. I think we need to have Aizawa's big finale. Then once we have the big Kurogiri finale stuff that we've been building up for the entire series, then we'll be free to end the series with just Izuku, Shigaraki, and I don't know how long that'll take, don't know when we'll get there, but we're almost caught up. So I'm excited, and thank you for watching. Like if you did like the video, comment down there to tell me what you thought of this week's read through, these chapters and everything. Subscribe for more, comment, like, all that. If you want to follow on Twitter, you can. If you want to help support the channel on, if you want to talk on Discord, just ask. I'll give you a link to it. Sorry, I'm getting all jumbled up here at the end. I've been recording for like 3 hours probably or something. It's been a long time. If you want to help support the channel, drop a super thanks. If you want a link to, wow, I am so mixed up. If you want to also get One Piece a bit early, I don't know if I'll also do this for Hero Academia when we catch up, but if you want One Piece early, if you want a shout out at the end of every video, hit join down below to become a patron, or join down below to become a channel member. Go to patreon.com/Haku of the Tubes, or a link will be in the description to become a patron. Thank you so much for watching. Along with this, thank you so much for all of the support and everything. Thank you to patrons and panel members, or patrons and channel members. I got that really backwards. Chosen Regular, Evan Hawley, Magical Girls, Effernono and Abyss Knight, Cheriton Students, David Langstaff and Folded Ghoul, Slayer Candidates, SG and Stance Eater, and Pure Element, Patiardial. Thank you all so much for your support. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.